People chose what is familiar, even it will only perpetuate pain, because that is the only level they know.
When we allow ourselves a depressed, our minds grow tranquil as if empty. When we must work, the tranquil mind awakens and gives birth to new thoughts.
In the process of getting close to people, you are bound to have some disagreement with them. Rather than running away at the first sign of conflict, talk about the disagreement and try to reconcile the differences. If you do, your relationship will take deeper roots.
Halo Pak, sore Pak.
Gimana?
Bapak kayaknya lagi baca bukunya Haemin Sunim ya?
Oh iya, kebetulan karena tadi habis meeting Mas.
Spill dikit dong.
Menurut saya bagus sekali Mas untuk kita baca di masa sekarang ini di mana kita itu sibuk semua ya. Ini buku ini menjadi semacam oase. Justru ketika baca ini kita jadi benar ya, kehidupan itu harus direfleksikan. Kehidupan itu tidak harus terburu-buru terus. Kita tetap harus berhenti sejenak supaya kita kita bisa menemukan makna dalam apa yang kita lakukan. Itu yang menurut saya ini penting sekali. Di dalam buku ini jelas-jelas itu digali dengan bahasa yang sederhana. Nah, selain itu juga kita menemukan kebahagiaan sejati ya dalam kehidupan ini. Dengan melihat banyak hal yang sudah kita lakukan, hasilnya bagaimana kita menikmati, baik menikmati waktu dan sebagainya ya. Kita di sini saya menemukan juga bagaimana kita memahami cinta sejati. Cinta sejati itu bukan sesuatu yang kemudian datang tiba-tiba, bahwa kita perlu menyadari itu di dalam diri kita juga. Cinta sejati, bagaimana kita mencintai diri kita sendiri, bagaimana kita mencintai hal-hal sederhana yang kita lakukan. Bahkan saya mencintai waktu di mana antara meeting dan meeting lah, saya lupa, tapi kira-kira dia mengatakan begini, when you are stressed, it's best to rest. Nah, menurut saya ini sesuatu yang luar biasa. Kita istirahat itu bukan menghabiskan waktu.
Thank you ya Pak, makasih loh.
Sama-sama.
Untuk spill tipisnya.
Sama-sama itu.
Sama sore. Sampai jumpa Pak.
Hey book pals, here's my question of the day. What are you currently reading? Here's what I'm currently reading.
Saya punya satu mimpi Pak, bagaimana kita bisa mengembangkan book club di Indonesia ya.
Inilah Endgame. Halo teman-teman, hari ini kita kedatangan Yudo Suiji selaku co-founder dari Periplus Indonesia. Mas Yudo, terima kasih bisa hadir di acara kita.
Saya yang terima kasih, suatu kebanggaan buat kami, buat saya bisa hadir dalam Endgame, bisa ketemu dengan Pak Gita. Sungguh suatu kesempatan yang
Amin.
jarang sekali.
Saya ini salah satu penggemar, pengunjung, dan konsumen di Periplus yang cukup setia selama puluhan tahun terakhir ini.
Terima kasih Pak.
Ada 130-an juta buku. Kalau kita minta masing-masing dari 280 juta manusia yang ada di Indonesia untuk baca setengah buku aja. Jadi 2 orang di Indonesia baca 1 buku.
Udah habis Pak.
Selesai kan?
Selesai.
Terus kita minta setiap orang di Indonesia untuk bercerita satu sama lain. Seluruh kebijaksanaan, seluruh wisdom, seluruh ilmu pengetahuan itu sudah terbaca. Dan oke lah, mungkin ada orang yang bisa baca setengah buku dalam 20 menit, tapi ada orang lain di Indonesia yang mungkin perlu 2 bulan. Nggak apa-apa, kita tunggu aja 6 bulan. Tapi kita targetkan dalam 6 bulan, seluruh warga, termasuk bayi di Indonesia, itu udah baca setengah buku. Oke lah, kita bisa simplifikasi yang dewasa, yang udah bisa baca buku, anggaplah 150. sampai 200 juta yang udah mampu baca, ya udah kita tugasin aja. Masing-masing baca 1 buku. Selesai tuh. Iya kan?
Betul.
Keren kan?
Keren banget. Bagaimana Pak menggerakkannya ya? Dengan book club,
saya sih
saya
di
setuju.
platform ini atau dimanapun kalau saya diberi kesempatan untuk berbicara, saya berupaya semaksimal mungkin untuk mengedepankan budaya baca buku. Mau digital atau non-digital terserah. Kalau saya, jujur, saya nggak bisa baca kalau nggak megang kertas. Jadi hanya bisa masuk otak kalau saya megang hard copies.
Itu menarik tuh Pak.
Saya udah coba Kindle berapa kali. Aduh, beda. Otak saya kayak slow down. Tapi kalau saya megang kertas kayaknya lebih jadi itu barang.
Tapi memang banyak yang mengatakan feelingnya seperti Pak kita katakan berbeda. Kita berada di sepertiga buku atau di seperempat buku atau di akhir buku.
Psikologinya beda.
Psikologinya beda. Kalau di tablet kan dia cuma merasa sama aja di satu lembar ini.
Betul.
Nah itu yang mengatakan kita akan lebih cepat membaca di Kindle atau di tablet dibandingkan dengan physical. Tapi apa yang terekam di memori kita itu akan lebih lama dan lebih teringat dalam buku-buku yang fisikal. Makanya buku fisik itu terus trennya membaik. Memang juga saya punya satu mimpi Pak, bagaimana kita bisa mengembangkan book club di Indonesia ya. Ya seperti kita lihat Oprah Winfrey. Ya bagaimana book clubnya itu luar biasa. Tapi memang itu perlu suatu kedisiplinan waktu, ketelatenan, dan ya keterbukaan juga. Itu juga menarik kalau kita bisa. Ya Periplus juga terbuka kalau ada yang ingin membuat book club, ayo kita kembangkan bersama. Beberapa tokoh nasional itu juga sudah, ayo kita bikin. Ada yang sudah memulai 1-2 kali, 1 bulan sekali saja. Tapi topik-topiknya kita juga harus lebih terbuka. Bukan hanya di marketing atau di manajemen aja. Tapi juga kita juga ngambil topik-topik yang lain. Saya kira ini juga salah satu trigger untuk membuat orang juga membaca. Dan juga membuat orang juga setelah membaca juga, saya juga ingin menulis ya. Kayaknya saya juga bisa ini membuat seperti itu. Saya kira book club ini ya mungkin mulai kita galakan melalui online maupun offline.
Saya siap ikut.
Ayo Pak,
kalau Anda mau bikin.
Mulai 1-2 dengan Pak Gita.
Iya, tapi dengan keterbatasannya. Yang pasti waktu.
Ya mungkin dengan sebagian dengan online, nggak perlu offline seperti ini. Tapi dengan online pun itu akan menarik sekali.
Iya. Ini menarik sekali. Gitu.
Terima kasih Pak.
Agak-agak beda dengan apa yang ngobrolin sama orang-orang. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Kita mulai di suatu tempat. Yang penting kita jelas lah ke depan nih untuk kepentingan yang
dan mulia. Saya yakin Indonesia pasti bisa dengan step by step kita memulai, walaupun kita tertinggal, tapi kalau bisa kita apalagi nanti dibantu dengan beberapa policy dari pemerintah ataupun pemerintah daerah yang mulai membuka, memudahkan.
Teman-teman, itulah Yudo Suwiji, co-founder dari Periplus Indonesia. Terima kasih. Inilah Endgame.
Alright, good evening everyone. Selamat malam. Selamat malam waktu Indonesia Barat. Good evening. Welcome to our special event today. My name is Rebecca and I'm from the Endgame podcast, the clip that you've just seen before, where we made a book club together with Periplus and it's called Game Changers. And I am honored here today to be your host for this exciting interview with the best-selling author, Haemin Sunim. So on behalf of the Periplus Bookstore team, we are thrilled to have you all join us for this insightful discussion about his newest book. It's called When Things Don't Go Your Way. Let's give applause first, guys. Thank you so much for this event. Thank you, Periplus, for making this event available to us. To inform you guys, we'll be getting started in just a few minutes, and we want to give everyone a chance to join us. So please make sure yourself is comfortable, be it you're on the road on the way home, or maybe you're at home already. In the meantime, just feel free to grab a cup of tea or your favorite drink and settle in for an engaging session, which will begin shortly. So who's excited, guys, for this discussion with Haemin Sunim? Well, again, I want to thank you, Periplus, for creating this event. This feels like a reunion, actually, for all of the book club community in Indonesia, the ones that help online. So all people from across of Indonesia can join in. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And one thing that I know in Indonesia is currently we have so many book community here. I think the movement of reading has been spreading all around Indonesia, don't you guys think? Well, I've seen it around here in Jakarta. Any of you guys from a book club community, perhaps just comment down below in the Zoom session, Zoom chat. I think I see some from Jakarta Book Party, and I see some from Silent Book Club Reading Jakarta. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you so much. So maybe since we're all coming from different parts of Indonesia, right? While we wait for a few more people to join in, feel free to say hello in the chat, guys. We would love to hear from you and where you're actually from joining us today. You can type your location in the chat box. From Sukabumi, wow, west of Java, that's really far. I'm so glad you could make it. Surabaya, wow. I am from Bogor, so that's really far. Even, well, we cross the border now. We go across the nation. That's really great. Jakarta, Jogja, it's really great, guys, to have all the Indonesian people and some friends from abroad. Hi, guys. Hey, guys. Okay, so before we begin, I'd like to give you guys a brief overview of today's format. We'll start this with a conversation with Haemin Sunim about his latest book and also his thoughts on various topics. And following that, we'll open the floor for a Q&A session where you can ask your questions directly to Mr. Haemin. So if you guys have a question for Mr. Haemin, you can type it into the question box at any time, and we'll get to as many questions as possible. And finally, we'll quiz for the 10 lucky participants with special gift from Penguin Random House and Periplus.com. So please stay till the end. So I'm about to invite my friend from one of the book club community in Indonesia, and it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed moderator for today's event, Hestia, the founder of Silent Book Club Jakarta and Duta Baca DKI Jakarta. Hestia has demonstrated a deep understanding of world of book and the personal development insights. Through her Goodreads account and also Instagram, Hestia is also very open in sharing her book recommendations. Please join me in welcoming Hestia Istiviani as our moderator. We look forward to a stimulating and engaging session under your guidance, Hestia.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, good evening, everyone. Okay, so I saw many people come from various places in Indonesia, but also from another place. Yeah, I heard several of you are from Philippines, and I guess some of you also asked, is it the real event with Haemin Sunim? Because I haven't seen Mr. Sunim yet. Please wait. Yeah. So welcome to today's special event. I am Hestia, and it's a pleasure to be your moderator for this exciting interview with the acclaimed best-selling author Haemin Sunim. Thank you, Rebecca, for the warm introduction.
You're welcome.
For those of you who might be new to his work, Haemin Sunim is a renowned Buddhist teacher and author whose books have touched the hearts of millions worldwide. I found Haemin Sunim's teachings to be a source of comfort and wisdom. Today, we'll be discussing his latest book, When Things Don't Go Your Way, and exploring its themes of resilience, mindfulness, and finding peace in the midst of life's challenges. Thank you for Penguin Random House for supporting this webinar event. Born in South Korea and educated at Berkeley, Harvard, and Princeton, Haemin Sunim received formal training from Haemin Monastery in South Korea. His first book, The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down, has been translated into more than 35 languages and sold over 4 million copies. His second book, Love for Imperfect Things, was the #1 bestseller of 2016 in South Korea and became available in multiple languages in 2019. I have for your information, the 2 previous books from Mr. Haemin Sunim also already translated into Indonesia. And now we are hoping that not only in English, yeah, but soon when things don't go your way, also translated into Indonesia. All right, we are very excited to have Mr. Haemin Sunim with us today, and I'm really sure you all are too. So without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Haemin Sunim to our virtual stage. Hello, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Thank you so much for welcoming me. So wonderful to see you all. I'm very happy and honored to be here today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's really an honor to have you with us today. So I heard you're staying in Seoul. Is that true?
Yes, I'm in Seoul right now.
Oh, okay. So we have like in your place, it's 2 hours ahead than Jakarta. Yeah, it's already 8 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. So before I dive into our virtual discussion, sorry, how are you today, Mr. Haemin Sunim?
I'm very good. Thank you so much. The weather has been quite nice, although the monsoon season in Korea is just about to start. But it has been pretty, sunny and beautiful today.
Oh, okay. So how is it summer in Seoul? Is that really hot, or it's just like, you can have sun all afternoon, or is it rainy there?
The temperature is around like 28, 29 degree right now. And then, in the daytime, and at night, it goes down to 23, I guess. And it's about to start the monsoon season. So it's going to rain quite a bit for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so you said it's only 28 or 23 to 28. It's pretty cool here, yeah. Than in Seoul.
Right.
Some people who also in Jakarta, like me right now, perhaps we feel like it's 35. In our afternoon, it's quite hot. Okay. So please, I know most of our audience tonight already knew you, who is Mr. Haemin Sunim. You are also a best-acclaimed author from 2 previous bestseller books. So would you please introduce yourself, perhaps to people or audience who haven't know you?
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming to this webinar. It's such an honor, and I know that a number of people from Indonesia and Philippines and Thailand, they've been looking forward to this, and I was also very much looking forward to meeting you. It's such an honor. And the book, When Things Don't Go Your Way, it's very nice. Like the way you guys designed and the whole format. I wrote this book because we are going through a lot of difficulties, challenging time.
Yes.
Life can be extremely tough, and they are throwing all kinds of things at us, and sometimes we don't know how to handle this.
Yes.
So I was reflecting on my own experience, issues such as jealousy or anger and disappointments. And I tried to talk about how I, as a human being, work through those kind of difficult time. Maybe I can talk briefly about one of the chapters that is, why we are unhappy.
Yes.
one of the reasons why we are unhappy, we often blame other people or the situations or environment. In other words, we tend to just blame outside the world. The reason why we are unhappy is because people don't behave like the way I want them to behave, or things are not working out like the way I want it to be worked out. But in Zen traditions, the tradition that I came from, we say that it is pretty much, if you look at our own mind, actually the experience out there, it is neither good nor bad, neither attractive nor distasteful. However, we interpret reality, either as something very attractive, very good, or very bad. So depending on our own judgment, interpretations of the reality, subsequently this generate the feeling either of attractions, especially if you interpret the raw data, the experience outside as good, then generally you will feel pulled towards the very thing that you find attractive. It can be a human being or situations. It can be stuff or any kind of bag or car or clothes or whatever that is. However, as soon as we have that, mind going toward that, it subsequently generate the feeling of longing, feeling of wanting, and yet you are not full control of that situations, or you are not in full possession of the product or the or the person. You are not you aren't able to control the person like the way you want him or her to behave. And because of this, and we suffer because our expectations and reality doesn't match, and therefore there is always gap between the two. But the very cause of the suffering, if you really look at it, it is our own interpretations. And if it was objectively good, then if that was the case, then everybody in this whole world should feel the same way. That is, let's say if you like person named John, let's just say John, and if I find the person to be really nice and kind, then everybody in the whole world should feel that person is nice and kind objectively. However, that's not the case. Different people have different feelings about different people. I may like John, but my friend may find him very irritating or dislikable. So what I'm trying to say is, it is our own discernment, our own judgment, our own interpretation that subsequently that creates this feeling of dissatisfactions. And the other case is also true. That is, if we see something and we find it repulsive, we find it not so tasteful, and you don't like it, then what happens is, instead of going towards the object, the opposite is happening. That is, we want to run away, we want to avoid it, so we want to push it away. And you want to say, don't come near me, don't come near me, I just want to avoid the situation. I just don't want to see that person, but if you look at the very cause of this suffering, is because that's how you interpret the person or the situation or the object. So in Buddhism, this is a great news, because if the real cause was outside, then the outside world should change it in such a way that will meet our expectations. But as we all know, outside doesn't change so quickly or like the way we want it. Exactly. You want your husband or wife to behave in a certain way, but they refuse. Or your daughter or your friends or your boss, we can continue to blame other people, but if you are doing it, then you end up feeling like a victim,
Yes.
So we don't want to live as a victim. We want to lead our lives instead of being feeling like you are the victim of the situations. So in order to prevent this, Buddhism, we say actually the true cause is our own interpretations. The way we interpret the world that creates that's how we ended up seeing the world. So if we can actually change that interpretation, that is, instead of looking for something that is not right, always finding problems, always seeing the negativity, why don't we replace with our habit of looking for gratitude?
Yeah.
Like look for gratitude. What are the things that I feel grateful today? As we are looking for stuff to be grateful, and surely we'll be able to find a lot of them.
Yes.
Similarly, if you want to find problem in your life, surely you'll be able to find a lot of problems, because it is not because there is the world is in such a objectively determined. Instead, it is our subjective interpretations of the world that determines overall quality of our mind, the psychology or happiness of ourselves. So by taking responsibility, being responsible for my own interpretations, then we can actually do something about it, which is we can replace it, with a better habit. Instead of looking for problems or faults, we can practice gratitude, for example, or we can practice savoring, we can slow down and actually savor the moment, whether it's a nice cup of coffee or nice, for me, one of the best thing in the world is a gentle, cool breeze, the wind. As I'm walking, when there's a gentle breeze, I feel so refreshed and it feels so nice. It's priceless. And I feel very happy. And then it can be anything, whether smile that you see, from neighborhood children's, or it can be your favorite, meals that you enjoy. If you can just pause and say, I'm going to, experience it as though this is my last meal, I'm going to really, touch and feel the glass and then the coffee and then smells and everything. Then what ended up happening is it increased, the level of pleasure, level of happiness. Otherwise, all those good things just pass us by, and yet we cannot actually appreciate them. So this ability to appreciation, I think it is also one of the key to our own happiness. So the practice of gratitude and then ability to appreciate what's in front of us rather than looking for what's missing, looking for what is wrong. And then maybe another thing is being kind. If we can practice kindness to other people, especially you can spend money for yourself, you can buy coffee for yourself versus, what if you take your close friend out and you buy coffee for your friend? It making other people happy surely make you happy. When we try to make ourselves happy, we may not, become happy. But if you are kind and you want other people to be happy, and if you bring something wonderful for other people, whether it's your family or your coworker or even strangers, and you just hold the door, for the, moms with the child, to pass through, or, say sincerely, how grateful you are for the service that you have received, from your, I don't know, like a, restaurant, waiter, or coffee shop barista, so this being really kind and helping other people surely increase the level of happiness. I can think of a couple others, but maybe I will just pause here, and then we can continue this conversation, or any other question you have, and I'll be happy to extend or elaborate more.
Okay, so oh my God, you already gave a really brief about your latest book, When Things Don't Go Away. I already finished reading in actually several days ago, and I really feel like your personal story in your introduction, the first chapter before you start explain about the wisdom. It somehow hits me also because when some people attack me in the internet, sometimes you feel like, oh my God, some people just throwing harsh words to me, but they don't know what I face every day. Thank you so much for your brief description about your book.